Hi there, my name's Dennis Smith, and today I'll be presenting my final project, which is a vacation database. So first we're going to talk about the database schema. Here's an overall breakdown in kind of the order that a user would encounter the database as they go through the app. First of all, if a user does not already have their information in the system, we register the user with a unique username. Then we encounter the filtration feature, assuming the user immediately wants to go look at attractions, and you can filter by the country, by the region, by the city, or by the attraction based on the attraction type in the top left of the schema. So that allows the user to view that in any of these ways. That'll come into play when we look at either the itinerary or reviews. So a user can create an itinerary and then add sites using the same filtration feature. They can also read their own previously published itineraries, and they can delete their own itineraries. We go into review. A user can create a review of an attraction. They can read other users' reviews of these attractions. They can update their own reviews, either with the score or with the written review, or both if they want to. They can delete their own reviews, and then they can rate other users' reviews, and we'll provide an aggregated score for each review for the ratings, and then we also show how many users have rated that review. So you'll see here we have CRUD operations throughout. We're creating the review by inserting into the review table with the given values from the user. Further down, showing the reviews, I think, is a very interesting part of the application because we're actually going to show here an average rating. So all of the ratings of this review are going to be aggregated and shown to the user so they can get an idea of how helpful people found this review to be. In addition, we're actually going to show people the total number of ratings by users. So we're going to count the rating ID, and that's going to give the user an idea of how many people actually rated this and how many found it helpful. And so you'll see we have that example in a couple of different showing review procedures because we need just a couple of different versions of that throughout the program. Finally, down here, you'll see delete review, and then we have rate review. I find this interesting because we're using the if-else logic, and if there is no rating that the user has given for a review, we allow the insertion of a new rating. But if a rating already exists, we're just going to update that rating. That way, no one can double rate something. And earlier, I showed that the user will not be able to access their own review when leaving ratings, so we have no bias present there. So this will serve as an example of how the system works and how we've segmented each part of the program. This is the review menu, which is accessed from the user menu. From here, the user has the opportunity to choose any of these operations for their review, which are essentially the CRUD operations. This will then feed over to our review functions. In review functions, we'll see that you can create, and you'll see examples here where I take the arguments, I call the procedure, and we commit. I have a try except just to make sure we aren't getting any errors thrown, but if so, we will be able to see them. The most interesting example here is our read rate review. So what happens is that we're going to call that filter process and show any of the attractions that the user wants. They can segment that down here, and then they can read the reviews of the attraction that they choose. So that'll enter as an argument. We'll call the procedure show reviews attraction, fetch that, and print it. Printing is done through SQL functions, which is where all the prints are done to fit the different layouts. Then further down, after the user has been able to get their reviews and read them, I offer the user the chance to rate a review. And so if they want to rate a review, they can choose the number of that review. Otherwise, they can just quit out. And then down here, we do a rating check, pass the arguments, and then we call the rate review value. Much in the same way, all of these procedures are called with a try except, but this one's interesting because it does go that extra step and allow the user to rate the review. So first we're going to show a user registering. So I'll just open this query one more time and show that we don't have the user in here that we're looking for. Do you have an existing account? Let's say I do. And my username is final presentation. That does not exist, so that won't work. I'll say no this time, and the registration process will begin. So final presentation is my name, first name final, last name presentation. I'm from the United States, which I enter the numeric value for. I'm from Boston, which I also enter the numeric value for. I get success when my account has been created, running the procedure over here to create the user. And now it'll ask me if I have an account. We will say yes, because I do. Final presentation. My login is successful, and now I have the user menu. And we'll see in the table over here that I'm now at the bottom at user ID 25 with my name credentials and location credentials. So now we're going to show how we can update a review. I'll just show that this is up to date. This is the one review that we've made as the final presentation user. So we're going to manage reviews, and then we are taken to the review menu. We want to update this review we've made. It'll pull up all of our published reviews. We've only made one, so we're going to enter 7. This review hasn't been rated. We've just seen that. No one's come in and rated our review in the meantime. Would you like to enter a new rating? We do. And we want to rate on 0 to 5. Let's say we had a bad experience. We'll actually take it down to a 4. Do we want to enter a new review? Yes. We put Go Sox in the last one, and let's say we've changed allegiances, Go White Sox. And so we get a success. Both your written review and rating have been updated. We can poll again just to see. And it has changed to Go White Sox and a rating of 4. And we can see that out of all of our reviews, it has just overwritten what we had before. So finally, I want to show deletion for the full CRUD effect in our reviews. We're looking at user ID 25. We're still logged in as that user. This is the only review that we've left. And so down here, I'm going to delete a review. It's only going to pull up my reviews because obviously we should only be able to delete our reviews. So 7 on my part. We will hit 7. I have one more check just to make sure. Would you like to? So we will press Y to continue. Your review has been successfully deleted. It's brought us back to the main screen, and we can always quit out as well. And so we'll just check that user ID has no reviews, and we see that it has been deleted from the system. So that is the full effect of the 4 CRUD operations in our review setup within this program. I hope this was helpful, and I really enjoyed getting to work on this project, and thank you so much.